Hello and welcome all. We are hopefully live and hopefully the audio and video and all the tech is working. I'm super excited for what we're about to do. This is kind of a new project for me. We're kind of running now some actual plays, some games through Twisted Narrative called Narrative Solo Games, and these are specifically designed for one or two players plus the GM. Um, Obviously, certain systems, Call of Cthulhu, Vampire, um, suit this style of storytelling. Other systems require a degree of modification. They're designed for, you know, 4 to 6 players at the table. And this is one of those games, for we are about to play Dungeons and Dragons solo, or one player, one GM. And joining me today is my good friend Rhino. I'm going to pass across to him so he can introduce himself, and then we'll go into the setting and we will then start the game proper. So over to you, Rhino. Thank you very much for
Excellent.
this.
You're very welcome, and thank you for including me in this. Happy to help on this sort of new adventure, and hopefully we uh, will sort of get this to grow nicely for you, so you can pick up some more fun games and see where this goes. Um, so yeah, I really enjoy playing D&D, and I play all of my games with yourself.
Yeah.
So. I've played a few games elsewhere, so I like the D&D um, game in general, and I've played other styles. There's a Star Wars tabletop one, and a couple of other ones that were quite fun. Um, yeah, looking forward to the game.
And do you also stream yourself? Where can people find you on the internet if they want to zoom in? And what kind of content do you do?
Well, I am a bit of a variety streamer. I play games. I do photography. A whole host of random stuff. So I take the photos, I'll bring them back and do some photo editing. Quite often that has been my local park run. I'll sort of take the photos whilst I'm out there, do the filter, edit, and all that sort of thing on there. And as well as that, I try and play games. I'm on every so often, not as much as I'd like, but we're getting there. And yeah, I can be found on just heavy Rhino with a 0.
Mhm.
Um,
What I'll do is once I edit this and put details in the description, I'll put a link to your Twitch in there for you, so people
Perfect.
can
Thank you
check
very
you out.
much.
No, I appreciate you spending your time. So, narrative solo games, one player, maybe two. We kind of try to run sessions for about 2 hours. We find that solo play goes a lot faster, more gets done. There's less standing around looking at a door, deciding what should we do about this door. Um, when there's only one person's mind to work out the puzzle that it's just a door. Um, so,
What do we do with the door? We blow it up.
yeah,
Don't check if it's
absolutely.
unlocked. Just blow it up.
In terms of the setting for this game, it's in the Critical Role world created by Matt Mercer, Exandria. This is an incredibly popular sort of world setting. Yeah, I run quite a large number of games in this, and they're all by player choice. Not that I dislike it, but I prefer players to choose the game world that they are playing in. Um, and I'm super familiar with it. It's great fun, and I've got a great love of this setting. In terms of what is going on, you can see that Rhino's character Scrap is here. It's a level 5 artificer or artificer. but is something interesting because we've kind of homebrewed the race. Um, Technically, your character is um, a fire giant,
Yeah.
but we've used the Goliath sort of template and sort of changed it a little bit, giving it some of the fire giant stats. Um, we decided that we wanted your size to be that of a Goliath rather than of a fire giant. During the campaign, you might get bigger and grow. This is for a number of reasons, primarily because of making it work with going into smaller places that are designed fundamentally for medium to large size creatures. Um, on top of that, we decided to jump in at level 5 because why not? This is the level that all of the cool stuff starts happening. Um, the cover plate says this is episode 1. It is episode 1 of our streaming. We're going to do this hopefully on a weekly basis, schedules allowing. Um, but we have done a session 0 and we have also done a sort of part 1. So this is episode 1, part 2, as it were, really. And we are currently in the thick of it. Scrap was taken on a fire giant raid to the surface. Um, the raid was brutal, and during this time of fire and destruction, Scrap decided to make a break for freedom. For Scrap's existence within the fire giant community was not brilliant. Seen as a runt, uh, partially for the size and being of a lower caste, um, they were uh, relegated, I suppose, to all of the menial tasks. So, seeking adventure, they made a break with it, with their um, with their steel defender, a steel defender which is simply known as Scrap.
No, Mutt. Sorry,
Sorry,
Andy.
Mutt.
I'm
Yeah, not
Scrap.
Scrap.
He's Mutt.
Perfect. Um, they have moved deeper into Exandria, away from the mountains and the ravines, and there they uncovered signs of a gnoll pack. Following the trails, they have discovered this gnoll den, a place known as Dagger Jaw Ravine. Here they easily defeated a couple of gnoll guards, made their way into the ravine itself, seeing a couple of dire wolves stabled, no, giant hyenas in fact. They noticed a narrow and thin passageway leading up to a higher chamber. They carefully moved up this scree slope and seeing a large den of gnolls, including a throne of bone and viscera and an altar to Yinogyu, the Gnoll demon lord. They retreated somewhat and they saw that deeper into the ravine there was a gnoll that was guarding a bridge leading to this throne room and shrine. They let combat take the way, and it was brutal, not an easy fight, for this was no simple gnoll. This was a fang of Yinogyu himself. demonic knoll, besting the knoll, cutting the bridge, plummeting them down 20 feet. This creature is attempting to make their escape now and is currently about to try and flee.
Not if I can help it.
Is there anything else you would like to add to that quick recap, both for the audience and for me?
No, everything seems quite up to snuff on that one. Only thing, I picked up a longbow, and sorry, more context. Scrap is opposed to slavery, having lived it himself. He is very much against the idea of slaves and people being treated as unfairly as he has. So, looking for somewhere to hide, and he came across these knolls, and knowing what they do, he needs to take action. It's the right thing to do for him.
Perfect.
And he's already found examples of how they are terrible creatures. With the slaying of two gnolls, found human skin quivers that they held arrows and longbows. So he is less than pleased, because as much as he is a fire giant, he was shunned by his own kin and likely had more in common with the humans that had been taken prisoner and the like.
Indeed. So, this is a terrible place. These gnolls had indeed been doing raids. But beyond that, you did find evidence that they were capturing people and dragging them alive to this Dagger Jaw ravine, which led you to believe that was for one of two things. Either to consume, they are flesh eaters. Um, but you didn't think so. Normally, gnolls, uh, they eat where their victims fall. Um, so it must have been for some other reason, potentially sacrifice upon this altar, or perhaps, as you suspect, they have made a bargain, a pact with people that could use these poor unfortunates as workers and slaves. But whatever the reason, you have decided to get to the bottom of this.
Yep.
So we are currently still in initiative, and this Vesh is currently blinded, um, and is struggling at the moment, somewhat confused within the water itself. There is this stream running through this ravine. Um, I will see if I can sort of bring the map down to. Um,
Yeah, that'd be cool to see it on the stream itself. Might help.
mhm.
Less theatre of the mind.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll cover up your character sheet at the moment, and we will scroll in. Hopefully this is showing up on the. There we go. That's good.
Yeah, looks good from my side as well.
Um, just in case anybody is wondering, we are using Fantasy Grounds Unity as our tabletop of choice. You should be able to see all the rolls coming up, both mine and Scraps. Okay, so this Vesh. What I like to do when creatures are blinded, unless they are super intelligent or have got abilities that do it, I kind of like to randomize the direction they're going to attempt to flee in. So what I'm going to do is roll a d12 and have all the numbers represent a clock face, with 12 midnight being at the top of the map north. So 3. Um, So this is Vesh here. We can scroll in, and staggering in the water, he stumbles out and moves in this direction, sort of bumps into the wall, gets somewhat confused, realizes it is dry, but is unable to do really anything else as it staggers around. It is going to use its action to try and strike at anybody that gets close to it, though. So it's in effect holding its action to make an attack. Um, these other creatures, whilst set up, they are unaware of you at the moment. So we then move to you, Scrap. You can see
Okay.
that this horrific creature is confused, blinded.
Yeah.
Um, sorry. Yeah, it does get a saving throw at the end of its turn. Um, this is for the blinded condition.
Yep.
So we will do this save.
No.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Yeah. It's all good.
So I'll remove the blinded condition. Its vision, you see its eyes that were clouded over begin to uncloud as it begins to see you. And what are you going to do?
Uh, I want to. Uh, I want to take a shot at it with the bone longbow. So I
Perfect.
will draw the bow, and I believe I can still take 2 shots on my turn with the longbow. It's not just
Yeah,
melee weapons, isn't it? Yeah.
no. So we're all learning Dungeons and Dragons here. So this is very much a stream that you can learn along with us if you are not familiar with the system or want to learn more. So we will have lore drops and rule drops as well. Um, the
And also,
rules,
I just forget the rules
yeah,
sometimes.
no, but this is good. I mean, I love Dungeons and Dragons, but people say, "Oh, yeah, fifth ed, it's super easy." And in many ways, when you play it pure, it kind of is. But once you add all of the books and everything else to it, it's not so much it's difficult, but there are so many options, and it can become overwhelming, especially to sort of new players. And hopefully, this stream will help answer some of those questions. So, weapons, especially missile weapons, they might have a reload keyword. And a reload keyword means that you can only take one shot during your turn, regardless of the number of attacks you actually have. Now, reload weapons tend to be weapons like crossbows. Bows do not have that reload keyword, so therefore you can multi-attack with a bow.
Take 2 shots with that.
Okay.
Uh, yeah.
Oh dear. As we can all see there. Um, you shoot wide. Um, there's no repercussions for a critical fail in rules as written, so you don't need to worry about that. Maybe it's the fact that its eyes flare up. It takes you by surprise. You were perhaps fish in a barrel at one moment, and next it dodges out of the way. But you can follow up with a second attack.
I shall do.
That
That's a bit
is
better.
indeed a hit for 6 points of damage. Very nice.
Excellent.
Uh, it,
Now,
yeah, go on.
I would like to push up. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I can block it from coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, from leaving and so on. And I will try and be as imposing as I can.
Okay.
And then at the end of my turn, I don't know how the communication works with Mutt, if it's telepathic or if it has to be verbal or what.
It's not telepathic rules as written. Mutt being your steel defender. But I really like it's classic cinematics that maybe you have a special whistle, a couple of commands like that you can easily make a noise and it understands what you need it to do.
Yeah.
Uh,
Basically, I'm after come here, attack the enemy effectively.
okay,
Come here and protect me.
perfect. Okay, so let us scroll out. Mutt is here. Um, now, I'm going to give you narrative agency here. This bridge has now collapsed. So it's a 20-foot drop. It could maybe make that leap and jump down. If it succeeds, then it wouldn't take any damage. If it fails, it takes some full damage, or it could come the slightly longer way round down this path here.
Yeah, if it
Uh,
goes that way around, it poses a risk of being spotted by the other
that is
gnolls
correct.
that I know are over that way.
So your choice.
Let's try making the jump. I'm not
Okay.
sure what that would be, if it's
Uh,
acrobatics or athletics or what.
Jumping tends to be acrobatics. Falling tends to be, jumping tends to be athletics. Falling tends to be acrobatics. So your still defender has a 40-foot move. So 5, 10, 15, 20 to the edge. Um, it does have a strength of 14, which is good. So it can jump 14 feet really, and it is jumping down. So what I would like you to do is give me a strength athletics roll. We're only going to make this relatively easy. Um, so we will say a DC of 10. It's
I
not
think this is the right one.
a simple thing. Oh,
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 yay!
we love nat 20s. So I think with that, it's going to make in effect, super leap, and it's going to land perfectly there with the rest of its movement, uh,
Nice.
gaining flanking. Um, we do use the variant rules of flanking, so it means that Mutt now gains advantage on their attack. I'm not entirely sure you can target with Mutt, so I will target Vesh with him.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, so I believe a forced empowered rend, but with
Yep,
advantage, please.
I think I selected that correctly. Let's see.
Look
Yep,
at that. Beautiful. Dropping another nat one, but getting the 18 because of the advantage.
that's my lucky dog.
Yeah. So yeah, please do the damage. Oh, that is good. 10 points of
That's a
damage.
solid hit.
Vesh is badly wounded now. Not normal blood, but this demonic ichor kind of oozing out of these countless wounds upon it. It's kind of. It is not happy, but survival instinct is kicking in at the moment. Um, So we are going to quickly, through all these enemies you can see popping up on the map, move back to Vesh. Those enemies are currently unaware of the combat that is taking. Um, Vesh wants to survive. Um, Vesh is an entity, a fang of Yinogyu. Yinogyu being a great hunter, but it is also a creature of bestial instinct, and the fight or flight mechanic has come in, and it really does not want to be with you. I am, though, going to give it a wisdom save to see whether it panics. Now, this is important. If it makes this saving throw, it's going to be sensible, take the disengage action, and only move its normal distance. If it fails its saving throw, it's just going to flee, and attacks of opportunity can be done. I'm going to set this DC at 13. So we'll see how the dice roll. This is wisdom. A natural 1. You have got
It's
lucky.
unfortunate.
Because, I mean, this could have been quite serious. It is not going to flee this way. It was going to flee up here and alert the entirety of this cavern. But a natural 1, in blind panic, it steps here and steps here. As it leaves your threat range without disengaging, in total and utter panic, you can have attacks of opportunity. Now, normally, I don't allow advantage on attacks of opportunity, even if you did have flanking, because you make the attack once it leaves your threat range. But it
Yeah.
once again rolled a natural 1. It doesn't know what it's doing. It splashes into the water, desperate to get away. And you can take opportunity in this um, non-strategic fleeing, and both of you can attack with advantage.
Very much. Well, exactly that one.
So you hit with the hammer scrap.
Ah,
It's okay. It is what it is at the end of the day.
yeah. And then force and powered brand.
Yeah, that is also a
Another
hit.
solid hit.
And
Oh,
luckily for
good
you,
boy.
yes, it is taken down as it desperately trying to escape up this scree slope. It's gives its last breath as it falls to the ground, twitching, and you have defeated this creature. Um, the question is what would you like to do next? You are now out of initiatives, so we will clear initiatives for the moment. Um,
I personally would like to try and retrieve the body and drag it away just in case a little bit. So to
okay.
sort of bring it back to here some.
And you are
And
aware, just so you know, as a reminder, that very close
yes,
to here there are the hyenas, the giant hyenas that are in there.
yes. So I want to see if Vesh has got anything on them, be it a weapon, any
Perfect.
shiny adornments, etc.
Absolutely. Um, yes. So um, you begin to search. The first thing that becomes very apparent is the weapon it was carrying is this horrific looking bone flail. Again, it is a flail that has been made from the bones of its victims. Um, it has 3 heads to it, and by heads I mean these skulls, these shrunken heads attached to these sort of bone chains. Um, it still will function as a normal flail if you wish to sort of take a look at that. Um, but it is made, unfortunately, of bone.
That is
Uh,
that.
let me just call up the stats of a flail for you. So, a flail is a martial weapon and it does 1d8 points of bludgeoning damage. Um,
guessing there's no way to make that less human,
Sorry, less.
less made of human. It's
Uh,
comprised
I mean,
of,
no, unfortunately not. It's intrinsic to that. I mean, you
yeah,
are an artificer,
yeah,
but if you were to remove the skulls, for instance, that's the thing that does the bludgeoning
yeah,
damage. That said, though, over time you could dismantle this and rebuild it with various bits and pieces that you've got. Um,
yeah,
the question is because you made your escape and you are currently just have the tools of your trade, these light hammers, whether you want to use something that is a little bit more hefty. I mean, I certainly wouldn't have any issue with you because of your class as an artificer to maybe dismantle the head of your hammer and sort of attach it, but this would take time, and it
yeah.
just depends whether you think you have time to.
Probably not. So what I would like to do is strip everything off of Vesh
Yeah.
as much as is possible,
Okay.
and then come into here,
Okay.
stash the stuff from Vesh in this corner over here,
Okay. So first and
and
foremost,
there.
then, um, as you begin to search Vesh, it's always quite interesting to see what you find. Um, let us remove. Did you want to take the flail? Shall I put that into the party
Yes,
sheet?
yes, please. So, what I would want to do is I'll
Hmm.
take the flail with me, and any other accoutrement for now, I want to put in this corner up over here that I've just pinged.
Okay. You are aware that you can get into that corner. Um, there is like this giant hyena that is
Yeah,
there, but it is heavily chained.
yeah.
Um,
So I want to do something with that as well.
yeah. Okay. So before you come to that, let us just recap a minute. You were searching Vesh. Um, you do find something, but I very much like my random tables here. So, just for people that are watching this are aware, there are certain items that are set, items that are designed to be uncovered and found and have plot points, but various treasures and trinkets and the like, I like leaving it to fate. So, first and foremost, this was quite a powerful entity in here, so it most definitely is carrying something. But I would like you to roll the percentage dice first and foremost to see whether it is junk, shiny, or treasure. 84. The higher you roll, the better. So we have some very nice bits and pieces here as well. So this is another D100 roll now to determine exactly what you have uncovered here. A 15. Oh, at first you think you have um, hit the jackpot as there's a sack that has been bound and tied to his belt. He's got like a hero harness on, and it is full of coins. Absolutely sort of rammed with coins. As you open it, though, they are copper. But but there are 342 copper coins there, which is about 3.5 silver pieces. Uh, uh, Copper, you can either use it to purchase, you know, things, or it is a metal. So if you get a forge going, you could repurpose it and use it as its base metal. Um, so I'm
Could
going
potentially make something out of it that would invariably be more valuable.
to absolutely. So did you want to take the copper as well?
Yes, I'll take the copper.
Yeah,
It spends just as well as gold, just less.
yeah, absolutely. So I'll transfer that to you.
Excellent, thank you.
So
I
yeah,
will take the flail as well for now, and I'll probably work on it eventually.
yeah,
Um, so I'll have to put one of my other weapons away. Probably the club. I'll put the club away.
yeah,
But if there's any other random stuff that I haven't, or if there's any clothing or anything that might be useful in future, I would want to dump it in that corner, and then I want to take the body
yeah,
and try and get as close to this hyena as possible,
yeah.
and then throw the body at the hyena.
Okay. Right. I think this is going to take uh, something happening. So we will sort of move the map across here. We will zoom in and we will place the hyena on the map. If I can find it, there we go.
Big scary mamma jamma.
Yeah, this is not a small creature. Um, it can't really move beyond where it is. You see that there's this horrific kind of metal collar that is studded, and it's studded in a way to cause this creature pain if it tries to struggle. The collar itself is attached to some iron pitons that are just north of it here. And
Okay.
this thing, because it has been mistreated, is angry. It does
Yeah.
not like this. So what I'm going to do is, obviously, you can bring this fallen creature and try and feed it to it, um, and you are showing it a degree of
Yeah.
kindness
I
here.
want to try. I don't know how futile this attempt will be, but I want to try
Yeah.
and sort of show it some compassion.
Hmm.
As much as it is a big scary thing, it is also another slave,
Yes.
which is kind of part of my MO. It's like I don't want the slave to be there. So I'll
Yeah.
try and be nice to it and see what
Okay.
happens.
So you are aware that whilst this is a hyena of a natural size, it is still a beast. Um, and you you are a strange creature yourself. What I mean is you've rebelled against your heritage and your culture and your upbringing. You have constructed a steel defender, a constructor, a thing of metal, leather. But as you can see quite clearly by the token, you've done your utmost to make it look like a normal wolf. Um, all of this combined with your wanting to actually help here, I would like an animal handling roll, but again with advantage, as you sense a degree of empathy with this creature.
Much. There we go.
Oh,
Oh,
very nice.
lovely.
It does take a bit of time.
Mm,
You kind of stroke um, um, Mutt, showing it you mean no harm.
mm.
You sort of drag this creature towards it, um, and it turns from being potentially hostile to you to sort of neutral. It's going to take a very long time for you to make it friendly.
Yeah,
Uh, but it sniffs at this creature, and as discussed, this is not a a humanoid. This
yeah.
is a terrible demonic creature. It's bleeding still, this ichor, and
Mm.
it sort of sniffs at it, and it sort of retreats somewhat. It doesn't like this. It doesn't want to eat the flesh of this creature.
Fine.
But it
So
do, it
what
doesn't
I'll
it doesn't get upset at you because of it, but it kind of
yeah
almost sort of thanks you for the offer, but no
yeah.
thanks.
So I have some rations.
Yeah,
So I'll sort of move the nasty knoll away to the one side, just so that it's no longer directly under its nose.
yeah, you
And
can
I
easily do
will give it 2 days worth of my rations
that. Okay,
because this is a larger creature, and I don't know when last it ate. So I will give it 2 days of my rations,
yeah,
so that it can hopefully have something to fill its belly.
perfect. Yeah, you kind of get the feeling it's not been well fed.
Mm.
Your rations being probably like dried meats and the like is well received as it sort of laps it up. Um, absolutely. Um, it's very happy about having some sustenance.
Excellent. Um, okay, so I'll just sort of, try and calm voice and just sort of, it's okay. I just need to go for a little bit. There might be some noise, and try to placate it like a toddler.
Yeah. Um,
Um, just sort of explain like I'll be back. Don't worry, it'll be fine.
okay. Um, it is a beast. It doesn't necessarily understand the words that you're giving it, but I'm going to.
Mm.
Uh, I mean, insight sounds sensible for it to sort of roll, so I'm going to give it a wisdom check. Oh, very good. So it understands your intent very nicely, and it sort of settles down, still sort of gnawing on the rations that you've gave it. But you think you have done good work. This thing isn't unless it's forced to going to be a threat to you anymore.
Excellent. Okay, so now I know that there's two possible ways of getting back up to where I'd come from. One would be to try and climb up the collapsed bridge, and the other would be going up the scree slope.
Yeah, that is if you want to return to there. You now have cleared the way as we zoom out of the map somewhat
Mm.
to move past this bridge. For Vesh was guarding on top of the bridge your passage to the north, but of course they have gone now.
Um,
There is also this as well that I mentioned last session. There is this
yeah.
very narrow, almost chimney-like
Oh,
passageway up there as well.
okay.
Again, it was blocked by this giant hyena, but
Yeah,
you think you could pass through now.
yeah. Okay. All right. If it's going to be, if I can perceive it as being friendly with me, I will try and just sort of not sneak past, but
Yeah,
sort of move past and go around. And as I do, I just want to gently, when you get a dog at just the right spot, just behind the ear,
yeah,
just sort of give it a little like, love and affection, basically, for want of a better phrase.
yeah, perfect. I mean, you got a 19 on your animal
Mm.
handling. One of the things, again, this is kind of for viewers in chat and obviously for yourself as well. I love rolling dice, but um, I don't like rolling it when it's not necessary.
Yeah.
So what I like to do is carry over certain skill checks for scenes or encounters. So therefore, you've got a 19 on your animal handling because you're doing this. That 19 still counts.
Yeah,
So running off that, yeah, it does like that
yeah.
very much so.
This is less me trying to force another role
Yeah,
to
yeah,
make it more my friend, rather this is me in character. This is what I would do. It's like, this is friendly, it's okay,
absolutely.
good
Uh,
doggo.
yeah,
And just sort of like I want to have a look around, see what I
okay,
can see in through that
okay.
little hole.
So this climb up here, you basically see there is this very narrow, steep fissure at the far end. Um, it rises up about 30 feet, and you see that at the base of this fissure there is quite a large number of bones. You see this giant hyena has been fed perhaps some of those victims of previous raids. It seems it's not fushy about what food it eats. If you want to climb up here, though, to get up 30 feet and peer in, I'm going to need a climbing roll, which will be, and you can judge this for yourself, so you'll know the DC, a DC 10 strength athletics check.
Um,
Uh, if you don't
yeah,
want to
give it a
make
go.
it, you know, uh, if you don't, you will make some noise. If you get a natural one,
Hmm,
it could be, um,
could be
it,
bad.
yeah. But you're going to give it a roll. That is an
Yeah.
8. It wasn't a natural one though. So you basically do not make you get a little way up, maybe about 15 foot, and a piece of rock comes loose, and I almost went then. You don't fall. Um, you can continue or drop back down, your choice.
I want to stop for a second and I want to listen. Does
Okay,
it does it seem like anything else will have thought, well, that's just the hyena doing hyena things?
okay.
Or are there things now coming to investigate?
That is a good question. That question can very much be answered by giving me a um, the word is what I'm looking for, perception roll.
Sure thing.
You can run off your passive perception here as well. So
Okay.
you've rolled that. If we move this across, we can see that your passive perception is 10, which is oops, which is it's there. So so you can choose a 10 rather than a 7.
Yeah, please.
Um, what I'm going to do is make a not a stealth roll, because they're not stealthing, but
Mm,
it's just how noisy are they being.
yeah.
So you don't think you can hear noises up there. Um, yeah. What is strange? What is very strange is some of the noises that you are hearing is speech, and it's actually a language that you understand. It is actually giant.
Is it a voice I recognize?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
but it's speaking giant, and you can also hear a couple of gnolls that are cackling with their laughter.
Okay. Um, I suppose I'll try one more time to get up a little ways more.
Yeah,
Another athletics, yeah?
yeah, please.
Yeah, there it is.
Well, it has to happen
Yep.
sometimes. Yeah, so um, you try to get up a little bit more. You put
Mm.
your foot on the rock goes, and you tumble down. Um, I'm going to give you a devil's bargain here. The devil's bargain is you could have made it up to the top and seen what's in this chamber before you fall down, but you'll fall a full 30 feet, which is 3d6,
Mm.
or you'll only have made it a little way up and you will fall down, but you'll only take 2d6 because you didn't get all of the way.
I shall go all the way to the top,
Okay,
and then I shall cast Featherfall.
very nice. I love that. That is what you say. Critical play. The surprise on the GM's face, which is, oh, I forgot. This is why GMs all out there, make sure you always look at your players' abilities. Not that I'm um, trying to cause you harm, of course. I'm very, very keen on the concept of cooperative storytelling. So you get the best of both worlds here.
I
But
take your devil's bargain and have it as my own.
indeed, that is exactly what has happened. So you can see into this chamber now, first and foremost. You can only really see from this position. You can see there's a knoll there. There's
Mm.
quite possibly a knoll there. And then there is this large sized creature here. Um, but you instantly recognize that as the giant speaking uh, entity. And I think in your previous life, living in the halls of fire giants, you recognize this creature as a troll, and the native language of trolls is giant.
Okay.
But you take a scant look. You also sort of see in this chamber, as well as those creatures, because I best describe it, that there are a lot of the gnolls' ill-gotten gains, all of the things that they have stolen on raids here. And there are in this corner here some caged captives. Do, do, do. But as you catch your breath and look at all of that, your foot work fails you and you tumble to the ground. Fortunately, you cast Featherfall. Obviously, remove that spell slot,
Yep, have done.
and you land quietly and safely back down there. And the creatures inside here are none the wiser of what you have just seen. Great play there. Great play.
Excellent. Okay, well, I shan't risk that again. Um, I don't want to risk making any more noise and stuffing that up further. So I will take the long way around
Okay.
and go through here,
Yeah.
and round through this
Okay.
way.
So, wait there. Are
Oh,
you?
sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Are you taking Mutt with you?
Yes.
Perfect. And are you attempting to be quiet?
Yes, very much so.
So, as you get to about here, I would very much like you to give me a stealth roll, please.
Sure thing. Stealth roll. Disadvantage, because, yay, heavy armor. Not too bad.
That's not too bad. Okay, so as you make your way towards here, you see the chamber atop of this steps beyond you. It is not empty. You
Or can you
basically,
ping where we're looking, please?
yeah, absolutely, sort of into this chamber here.
Okay, in there. Right.
You can see that this is a small den of these Howl pups. Um, Howl pups, you're aware, are these lesser gnolls. These are the ones that you defeated um, when you defeated the guards at the entrance.
Just outside.
Uh,
Okay.
but but there are 5 of them, and they are sort of squabbling and fighting amongst themselves.
Okay. Um,
They haven't noticed you with that stealth roll, for their passive perception is only 10. The other thing that you sort of notice in this chamber, which is definitely sort of worth note, that this cavern is half filled with 2 large pools of water. They would be here and here. A narrow waterfall high in the eastern wall, sort of here and here, feeds the stream that drains out of the western end of this chamber. There are low sort of field stone walls serve as dams holding the water in. Um, and because of this cascading water, there's a lot of noise in here as well. That partially gave you some degree of cover for
yeah.
making your way up here.
Okay. Um, are they all within sight of each other?
They are, but if you were to launch an attack from where you are, you would get a surprise round upon them.
Nice.
You would
Okay.
you would have great difficulty trying to draw them away one at a time here.
Yeah. Um, all right. I will issue the flank order to Mutt. Which one is closest to me?
Sorry, can you see
I can
this?
only see I can only see the one Howl pup. I didn't know if there was another one just out of sight from the sightlines.
You can hear multiple ones, but obviously the line of sight of boulders and the like are
Yep.
obscuring your vision. Um,
Yep.
you could give me a perception roll to see if you can determine uh, sort of the noise that they're making above the water.
Hmm.
Yeah, you think there could be up to half a dozen of them in here.
Hey, right. Okay. I'm gonna have to give it a go. I will tell Mutt to flank on Howl Pup 1,
How pup one.
and I'll charge straight in.
Okay. So the way this works, if we just move you back a touch,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you've got fundamentally a surprise round now. That's not just you, it's also Mutt.
Hmm.
This means that you roll initiative and you and Mutt have a complete turn before they get to roll initiatives themselves.
No!
All right. The dice are being unkind with you today.
Yeah,
Uh,
about right.
Mutt goes immediately after you, doesn't? So I'll stick that
Yep.
up there. Uh, Very good. Oh no, you got 2, so I thought you got a 1 there. Okay, actually, Mutt does go directly after you. So it is your choice. What are you going to do, Scrap?
Well, I made the decision before rolling my initiative. I gotta stick with it.
Okay,
Um, I will charge in.
okay, you go for it. So you charge forward. You begin to see that there are the Howl pups in here.
Yeah.
And how are you? How are you going to attack this one?
I'm going to use the nasty flail.
Okay. So very nice. Well, that's a big attack. Um,
So,
you were not targeting the creature though.
oh, sorry.
So I mean, a 23 is absolutely going to hit. Once you've targeted it, you can just roll your damage now.
Yep.
Okay. You
Oh,
you remember that these creatures, these are whelps, younglings, and they will grow up into being terrible gnolls like their kin, but they are not particularly difficult to defeat. Your first attack absolutely brains one of them.
okay. Double checking my movement. So that was 5, 10, and I think that's sort of like 15 to get me in range of help up to.
Mhm.
Take a swing at that one with the flail.
Okay, that is unfortunately a
Yeah.
miss though.
Um, and then uh, bonus action at this point to go to call in Mutt.
Yeah.
Attack this one.
So which one do you wanted to attack? Number two?
Let's get it after number 3.
Number three. Okay, so I'm going to target number three for you.
Thank you.
Uh,
And uh, melee weapon attack.
that is also a
Yeah.
hit.
And this should just kill it outright, regardless, even if it's a 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't get complacent. I
I said
might have
should.
I might have done a DM's trick here that creatures have variable hit points.
Yeah. Uh,
But that
but
one,
that would not be fun, and you
it,
wouldn't
it would be a
trick
lot of
me like
fun.
that.
It would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Never ever assume. I like open roles, but certain information can be hidden.
Yeah. No,
Um,
for sure.
okay, so I mean, Mutt does have additional movement if you want or not.
Not for right now. We're just gonna stay where we are,
Okay,
and um, we'll work in um, our tactics as needed.
perfect. So Mutt instantly goes after you, but we have a narrative solo mechanic that is about to come into play now.
Okay.
So, just to explain or remind you, and to explain to anybody who is kind of watching this, um, one of the mechanics of Dungeons and Dragons is action economy. This fundamentally means that if there are more enemies than you are at a severe disadvantage because they get to do multiple things before you can do anything else. Same goes vice versa. With if you have a party of a incredible size and you outnumber the enemies, your action economy is substantially stronger, and this skews combat. It's not necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. It is just something that happens because of the mechanics of the game. Now, narrative solo features just a single player and maybe a sidekick or a companion occasionally. Um, the options that I had in scenario design was to only have one or two enemies at any given time, but that sounds incredibly dull and boring. Who doesn't like to sort of march into battle against sways of enemies? One of the tactics is to do what I've done here and have some of the creatures as what is called minions. This isn't something that I've created. It existed in 4th edition, and I believe Mike Merles, who was instrumental, if not one of the lead designers in 5th edition, still uses in his own game today. And fundamentally, that means these creatures have a single hit point. They still have the same to attack and same damage. So if you don't clear them fast, they can be very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
But that still doesn't resolve action economy fully. So what we have done here is give the protagonist, which is Scrap, basically um, legendary actions, uh, like legendary actions that legendary creatures get, slightly modified. So sort of 1 to 5th level, they get one legendary action every round. They're not limited to like 3 per combat. This means that if you are against a large number of creatures, you can at least have one thing that you do. When you hit 6th level, you'll have 2 of these. When you hit 11th level, you'll have 3 of them. And when you hit 16th level, you'll have 4 of them.
Right.
So it is the
I
end
had
of.
forgotten about
Yeah,
that.
no, it's absolutely fine, and it does mean that you can storm forward, and there's
Mm.
nothing worse in a game of heroic fantasy for the players to feel, oh, I don't want to go in that room, it's too dangerous.
Yeah.
What you really want, or certainly what I want at my table, is that, well, I don't know, the dice can be cruel to me, and it might not work, but I'm going to kick the door open and see what happens anyway.
Yeah.
Um, so
All right. So
hopefully,
in that case,
yeah.
can I? I think Mutt would have to be sort of over here ish to get the
Okay,
advantage
so
with flanking.
you're playing a degree of tactics here, which is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
You and Mutt have fought and battled together. You give another sharp whistle, another sign of, flank, and it leaps into that, growling at this. And it does mean that you can use your legendary action.
Yeah.
Uh, and just again, for your mind and memory, and for anybody who's watching this, all this means is you can do one thing. That isn't a multi-attack. That is a single attack, or that is a move, or that is a bonus action sort of thing,
Yeah.
really.
Okay. I will swing the flail again.
Okay, and you do have advantage on this attack this time. Very good, dropping that too, but you do hit. Okay, and that one
Excellent.
kills it,
Cool.
taking it down. Unfortunately, with such a low initiative, we will see how this goes.
Yeah.
For the NPCs will roll their initiative now. Um, and we, sorry, we start at the top of round 1 proper. We're going to quickly flick through all of these who are currently unaware of what is going on till we get to Help Up 5. Now, Help Up 5 is in a dilemma here. Another mechanic that we have, sorry if we're getting a little bit rules heavy, but there is a morale check. If you defeat 50% of the enemies, which you have here, they potentially might flee rather than fight. So this one here is going to take a morale check, which is a wisdom save, DC 13. They fail it. So this help up here is going to disengage and move into the chamber with these other enemies, alerting the others in this chamber.
I have, sorry, it should be, remember,
Yeah.
I have one legendary action.
How does this work? Yeah, the help up has gone. So at the
Sorry,
end,
how many legendary actions do I have per turn? I'm sorry,
you, you
you ran it through and my brain's hiccuped.
that's okay. You have one legendary action per round.
Okay.
Now, because the first round was a surprise round, they didn't get to act. They are now acting, so it is a new round. So one creature help up 5 has gone. So you could
Yep.
take your legendary action now should you choose to do so.
Yep. I would like to try and take a direct shot at the it's a Howl pup 4 with the longbow.
Okay, perfect. You can do this. We've modified the rules about changing weapons and the like. I find it a very, very clunky to fundamentally be going, oh, I'm going to use this item action to draw this, so I'm going to drop this. It saves a lot of time and pain to simply allow your players, if they've got weapons readily available in scabbards and the like, to swap between them sort of in that second attack. I believe they probably have brought that in the 2024 rules anyway, but it's something that I prefer to do. It just saves a lot of faff at the table. So you scabbard your flail, draw your bow, and you take your shot. Give him a target if you haven't already. You have hit.
Please be enough.
And
Oh, maximum damage.
yeah, very nice shot. How does that shot look in terms of that was a very good shot? Is there a cinematic?
Likely, likely threading the needle between the edges of the boulder and them, and managing to slot it squarely between their eyes.
Perfect. I love it. Very good. And you take that
I
one down, yeah?
think I have used 3 or 4 arrows. I can't recall.
Yeah. You will have to uncover more arrows.
Yeah, I think it was 3 arrows I've used thus far.
Yeah, that is absolutely fine. We do
Okay.
use ammunition and counting. I quite like my games to have a degree of survival element, so we are sort of counting ammunition. Okay, so these ones over here are far removed, but Gold Warrior 8 has been uh, warned by Howl Pup, and it stumbles out trying to look, and it can see that things are going on. So it's moved 5, 10, 15, 20, and it looks to take a single rend attack against Mutt, which does hit, doing 6 points of damage. Does only have a single attack. Yeah. Okay, and then we move to that one. We've got this other one here that is going to move forward 5, 10, 15, 20. It moves behind this Knoll Warrior and it pulls out a bone bow, and it is going to attempt to shoot you, Scrap, which it does hit. Oh, for a horrific 11 points of damage. Now, we come to another mechanic to remind you, both you, Scrap, and if you look there, it says that the damage was 0. It was absorbed, and that is because we do indeed have another mechanic in solo play. In solo play, you don't have the rest of your party to be able to support you. And again, I want this to feel like heroic fantasy, and it would be a very dull game if the protagonist was taken out with a single attack. So, what we do here to circumnavigate this is we give the player's character 5 times their hit point total in temporary hit points. That might sound like a large amount, but we'll see how this goes with the troll. There's a smile on my face. But there is repercussions to losing these temporary hit points. For every packet of hit point total, which is 38 for Scrap. So every time Scrap takes 38 points of damage to the temporary hit points, it causes fatigue in Scrap. This simply translates to they get -2 to all of their D20 rolls, be it ability checks, saving throws, or attack rolls. So you are getting tireder and tireder as the combat proceeds. If the damage rolls over to their actual hit points, they start getting fully wounded. At the moment, though, Scrap, it hits you, or rather, you perhaps athletically dodge out of the way. It costs you some fatigue to do so, but you are still standing. Have I explained that okay to you, Scrap?
Yep, that's all good. I thought it was at 5s. I was getting -2.
No,
I
it's why you've got 179
Yep.
hit points. You basically started off at 38 times 5,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so it's 190 minus 11 is 179. So basically, when you fall below 152 temporary hit points, that's when you take your first
Yeah.
-2. This
Okay.
this null warrior has made its single attack, and then we move to you, Scrap.
Okay. All right. Well, charge, I suppose.
Yeah, you're into the
Um,
heat of it.
5, 10, 15. Go after this null warrior with the flail.
Oh, very good. Big hit.
Uh, that
Very
one.
nice.
Uh,
Unfortunately, unlike the pups, this one is somewhat more resilient.
yes. Um,
You do have a second
okay.
attack though, because you
Yes,
do
I
have
do.
multi-attack.
Yeah. So I'm just reading through different things at the same time. So I'll take my second attack.
It also hits,
Excellent.
or for max
Max
damage.
damage.
Okay,
And
that
then I'll issue my regular command um,
yeah,
um,
to Mutt.
to Mutt. Yeah.
Just so you're aware, this creature now is heavily damaged, which fundamentally, for those of you who played 4th edition, means blooded, which again translates to they have taken at least half their hit points in damage. So, use your bonus action to command Mutt. I'm
Yep.
assuming you want Mutt to attack this null warrior as well.
Yes, please. Number
Okay,
8. Yeah.
so yeah, I'm targeting. Oh, and
Ooh.
you've done very well with your attacks here now. So that
Yeah.
does indeed hit, and a force empowered Rend going in for 5
Nice.
points of damage. Okay, so we start back at the top again, a new round. This null warrior is too far to know what's going on. So is this one here, giant hyena. This one here, did we? Sorry, was that no warrior 2? Yeah, it's fine. So the troll goes. Yeah, I'm going to give him a intelligence check here. Okay, very good. So you get the feeling with this helper, he's not overly happy. It begins to move forward 5, 10, 15, 20, sort of moves to here, but as it does, it just shoves this null warrior out of its way. That does take up one of its attacks as it just pushes him out of the way. That means, though, it does have 2 more attacks left, for this has 4 attacks. Sorry, 3 attacks. And it's used one up, so it has 2 attacks left. Turns its attention to you, Scrap, and it kind of looks at you, and I'm going to need an insight roll from you because something is going through its mind here. Very good. You're not quite sure what it is, but you notice there's almost a look of fear in its eyes as it looks at you. And its first attack is going to take at disadvantage as it does swing at you, but it's also being cautious. So this is its first attack, which it automatically misses. Because it hasn't hit you yet, it's going to take the second attack at disadvantage, which also misses. It's almost as if it doesn't want to make contact with you.
Yeah.
Then we move to this Howl pup here. This Howl pup does move to here, hiding behind the troll, but it has got a bone bow, and it is going to shoot it at you. That one does hit. For another max damage.
Dang. Getting close to that -2.
Yeah. It is easily done. I would like to remind you that it is a new round, even though you haven't gone. You do have legendary actions.
I used it at the top of the round.
Did you use it at the top?
Yeah. I used it at the top of the round.
No one has gone yet until the troll went.
Oh, sorry, you are right. You're right. Sorry, I was thinking of sneak attack.
Yeah.
So no, this is a round after that one. Yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, so I now have one back again.
That's correct.
All right. Can I quick swap in and take a shot at the Howl pup then?
You can. Unfortunately, I am going to do rules as written that you would be at disadvantage to this attack, even though you're shooting at a target that is away from you. You are in melee, so you're trying to dodge the attacks.
Okay, then no worries. I will take a shot again at the Null Warrior 8.
With the, you mean you're gonna
hit it? Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Just
sorry, I'd forgotten about the melee rule.
No. I mean, this is brilliant for the stream because it's helpful to you, but it's also helpful
Oh,
to people that are new to
sorry,
Dungeons and
one
Dragons.
second. I'm gonna do my job.
Yeah, no worries.
There you go. Sorry, I'm also a moderator on your stream.
All right.
I've got that up.
Yeah.
So I didn't.
I didn't see what happened there. Oh, I see that
Uh, yeah.
someone was doing that. Yeah, thanks for that.
No, welcome.
I have just realised, being the idiot that I am, that I didn't change the title of this stream.
It's all good.
It's the other one that went out. I will change it, and I will edit it as well to the correct title. To be honest, it is early on a Friday morning in the UK. It is unlikely that, that anybody would have got that notification anyway.
I got it.
Yeah, I hope you did. But sorry, back to
That's good.
this. You do have a legendary action if you wish to use it.
Yep. So what I would like to do is take a swing at Null Warrior 8 with
Perfect.
Flail.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Now we get to introduce what happens to that.
yeah. So this is something that I should have prepared, but I didn't prepare.
So
So I
good.
now need to do this. So another mechanic for narrative solo games, and this is a mechanic that some players adore and really like, and some players say no, I don't want that. So it is very much a player choice down to this, but this is fundamentally critical hits. Whilst they allow critical hits for monsters, as rules is written, they roll twice the amount of dice. I like to spice it up for the players. So we lean into what is a critical hit table. And this is only for when players get critical hits against monsters. Um, so what we first do is we roll a percentage dice to see exactly where you critically hit this monster. So if you quickly roll that, you got
No.
an 89. An 89 is in the left leg, and then we move rapidly down to the critical hit table left leg, or rather leg. I've got these tables set up. I need to get it set up in Fancy Grounds as well. So the leg table. So we roll another percentile dice.
That didn't go on the screen. Right, there you go.
A 19. So a 19 is not particularly brilliant as you slam it down into the
Oh,
ankle.
sorry. Did the first one? No, it didn't. Sorry. Sorry. I thought the because I rolled, but it was off the
Okay.
But it's
So
all good.
yeah, if no. One thing that we do here at Twisted Narrative is we believe our players. This is why I like to do open rolls. I don't have to check dice rolls. I don't know any other GMs. If you were playing face to face, you don't lean over your players as they roll their dice and watch what they're rolling. I certainly would never do that. Ultimately, I believe that if someone is rolling dice and um, sort of cheating, I suppose there's no other way to sort of call it, they're only really cheating themselves.
Yeah.
I have 100% trust in our entire community. We're here to tell stories, and hopefully they have trust in me as a GM that I don't abuse that, and we're here to tell a cooperative story. So if you want to roll off the the first roll that you had, I'm more than happy
I
for that.
didn't see the first roll. I thought that had popped up in the chat, but it didn't. So
Oh.
that's on me. So it's all good.
I didn't even
We'll
see
go
it.
with the 19.
Okay, and 19 isn't very impressive,
That's fine.
but it still does times 2 damage. But also, as you slam it into this Noel's ankle, um, they basically are also going to suffer disadvantage on all um, sort of dexterity based checks as well. Um,
Awesome.
but if before you roll the damage, if you press down the shift button, it will count this as a critical hit and double the damage that you do as well.
Oh, I dragged the dice and then right click to add another one.
I mean, you can.
If
Uh,
that's not the right thing to do,
no,
get rid of that.
the best way to do this is if you are targeting the hyena. There you go. Oh, uh, and it
That'll do.
matters not. Unfortunately, sometimes when you get a critical hit, you do get it towards the end of the monster's life. So you go through a lot of rigmarole and description, but sometimes it's fun to see your enemy's head fly off its shoulders. That was a very impressive um, legendary action as you defeated that one. But legendary action it was, so you can't really do anything else. And we
Oh,
move down to these, and then we move down to this. It's been pushed out by the troll. It is going to shoot you with the bow again. This time missing you though. Single attack, and then we move to your attack, your turns rather.
okay. First thing I want to do is use my bonus action to initiate large form.
Oh, very nice.
So, um, as a bonus action, I can change my size to large.
Yeah,
Um, I figured I would be able to fill the space much as the
yeah,
troll does.
absolutely.
So I'm now likely staring eye to eye with this troll who was already a bit cucking himself.
Yeah. So what we will do is, where do you want to position Mutt? Would you like Mutt here or behind
Exactly,
you?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, right
Uh,
next to me, he is literally my right hand.
so what we can do is actually do something cool and make you bigger. So you are now of equal size to this troll. So that's your
Excellent.
bonus action.
Yep, so now I can't use Mutt this turn.
No.
And I'll sort of step up to the troll,
Hmm.
and as scarily as I can,
Hmm.
you dare to attack the fire giants.
Okay, I like that. Um,
Uh, just trying to go off of what you described. He's looking scared at the fact that there's a fire
Absolutely.
giant ish.
You read between the lines here. There's definitely something going on, and again for
Not
trans.
metagame,
No,
right?
no, no. It's not
Okay.
metagaming at all. It was there. You know, you could see this thing was worried about contacting with you. There was fear in its eyes and everything else. Absolutely not metagaming. Um, and also another thing that I've brought across from some of the tabletop games is not all combat needs to be physical. Sometimes it can be social. So you have an edge here and you've decided to revert to this. What I'm going to need from you, and we can move the map out the way and we can look at the skills that you've got here. Oh dear, it is going to have to be an intimidation roll, of course. But this thing is scared already. So I think the best way to do this is ask you to make an intimidation roll. but we have two options, mechanically speaking, and I'm going to again give you a devil's bargain here. You can have advantage on this roll because this thing is obviously feared,
Mm.
or you can take a single roll but have a lower DC. The DC to intimidate this would be 13. That's if you've got advantage, but I would lower that down to a 9 if you decided to choose that instead.
I will do advantage, please.
Okay.
Nope, nope, that didn't work. I
It's
thought
okay.
shift click would do it.
No, no, you need to click the AD.
ADV.
Yeah. Shift click, basically, all that does is when you roll your damage, it rolls as critical damage.
Okay.
But you don't need to roll another dice. I mean, you can do, see if you get a natural 20 because you have
All right.
advantage. But a 15 is above
2.
13 as I did my maths. So it's a good job you chose advantage.
Yep.
This is now inspiring the condition frightened in the troll. Doesn't mean the fight is over. This is quite a convoluted sort of combat here.
Mm.
So I'm going to apply the addition frightened to the troll now. What this basically means is whilst frightened, the troll has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks whilst you're in line of sight of him, and it can't actually move closer to you. It can move away. I am also on its turn. I will do that. So for the moment, this thing is even more hesitant now. Absolutely
Okay.
going to be at disadvantage to attack, and is very, very concerned, especially with you mentioning the word fire.
So I will step up to it.
Yeah,
Am I within melee range? Sorry, I'm trying to
you
see with
are.
the character. Okay.
Just I'll stop you there because this was social combat. To really truly intimidate it to this level, I should have told you, but that would take your action
Ah,
because you've not just, you know, said some cool words. You've had a tangible and physical effect. You've had to make those words have meaning and purpose in game.
okay. Um. All right. Yeah, we'll run to the end of the round then.
Okay, yeah. So Mutt can do nothing but dodge because you've
Yep.
not gave it any instructions, and then we move to this Gnoll warrior that is a miles away. All of these Gnoll warriors here. This hyena here, Gnoll warrior, and then we move back to him. At the start of his turn, because of what you've done, he's going to have to make a wisdom save. This is a morale check. DC is currently 13. If it fails it, it is going to attempt to retreat. Yeah, it doesn't want anything. So what it basically does is disengage for the moment. It just wants to get out of the way of you. So that is 5, 10,
What
sort
happens
of
to the Howl pup?
15, 20. Because it's a large creature, it can move through smaller spaces,
All right.
smaller creatures' spaces. So that is all its turn. So, I mean, you have very much scared him off. Your action had tangible repercussions. At the end of its turn, though, you can use your legendary action should you wish to.
Um, no, I'm going to wait for my turn.
Okay.
No.
Are you sure? Because the
Yep.
Howl pup is the two gnolls are not intimidated.
Okay. Oh, right. Yeah. So is the Howl pup still behind cover enough? can I hit it with the?
No. I mean, the problem was you was in melee with the troll. You're out of melee with the
That's
troll
yeah,
now,
yeah,
so you could shoot your bow at either of these two targets.
yeah. Okay, I
Um,
want to take on the Howl pup.
yeah, perfect. Yeah, you hit.
Cool.
Very nice. So you take that out. Very nice.
Then the Null Warrior.
Yeah, then we come to the Null Warrior. It's this one here. This Null Warrior is going to have to do a wisdom check as well now. Wisdom save. Yeah, for some reason it is still really brave. It is going to take another shot at you. It does indeed hit. It does indeed. These gnolls with the bows, they've done max damage 3 times, and I have bad news. Again,
So are we over the number?
you dodge out of the way, mechanically speaking, but I believe that has reduced you. I'm just about to do the math actually. It is the one downside. No, 152 is what you need. You got
Yep,
157.
152 is what I need. So
So
close.
you are close, but uh, you are still yeah, full
Yeah.
capacity. So that's all he does. And as he shoots you and you almost matrix bullet time this and the bone arrow misses you, as you it takes something out of you. It is your go. He's
But
now
to glare at it and just snarl,
okay.
you dare, and I will charge forward
Yeah,
and smash it in the face with.
perfect. Go for it. Okay, oh, it's another natural 20. Very nice. So, first and foremost, because we've got everything prepared
Yep,
now,
I'll roll
let,
the D100.
yeah, let's see where you hit it. Uh,
16.
sorry, a 16. Low rolls on the to hit table is not necessarily a problem.
Yeah, that's
Um,
just the location, isn't it?
I'm just trying to find. I'm just trying to find the table. Just give me a second.
Yep, no worries.
Boom, 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 boom. It is here. So 16 is actually in the left arm, and then we'll scroll down to the left arm. This is where you want the high roll.
Yeah, let's see what we get. 26.
Okay, so 26 in the arm crit is a badly jarred arm. This is still times 3 rather than times 2, and basically it drops whatever is held in that hand, and it is useless. So this is quite a good attack.
Yeah.
So it drops its weapon. Um, the way we can resolve this is if you just roll a single d8 first.
Sure. So,
Not
yep,
for the damage,
I
just roll
remember.
it into there. It's only a 1. Put 1 in the modifier box.
Yep, and
Then
then
press
shift
down
click.
shift. Yeah.
Yep.
I was going to say make sure you're targeting it, but never mind.
Oh,
So that's okay. It's
dang it.
13 points of damage. That is
Sorry, I forgot to
okay.
target.
That's okay. I can add that to it there. Very good. And it's dropped its weapon. Um, you don't have a second attack because you took your second attack against the pup. So I think that.
No, that was legendary.
All right, you are right. You do have a second attack. Go
Yeah.
for it.
Sorry, can I just double check my movement? Because I was sort of over here.
Yeah,
So is that 5? Sorry, I'm struggling with the massive character.
it's okay. It's 5. It's only about 10 feet to there.
Okay, cool.
Again, we use squares and grids, but I'm quite loose with that.
Yeah,
We're not going to argue. We're not playing a war game here. We're
yeah,
playing a role playing game.
no
Um,
worries.
so you've moved 10 feet so far. You can strike again at this creature should you wish to.
Yep, I do. Um, so I'm going to take another swing. Let me make sure I'm targeting it this time.
Perfect.
That one.
That's another hit.
Excellent. And ah,
It's the way that the game goes. It's a game of variance. Are you using your bonus action to command Mutt?
Yes, I'll tell Mutt kill, and because he's been the one finishing everything off.
Mm. I'm going to say it can get there. I'm going to say with your large size,
Yeah,
Mutt
it can
can
probably run between my
handle.
legs or something.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. As I say, a medium-sized creature can move through a large creature. Um, so you do have advantage as it comes round and goes for the throat.
Okay. ADV, melee.
Yeah, that is a hit.
Excellent. That one.
This thing is still. No, actually, that does not seem to. Mutter's targeted it, but it doesn't seem to have registered the damage.
No, it doesn't.
Just as a heads up to all you GMs out there, um, sometimes you need to be watching things like this. Uh, it happens both with the monsters and also with the players sometimes that damage doesn't get registered. So it's always important to keep an eye on everything. So that is now heavily damaged.
I was going to
Uh,
say, did it take the damage
yeah,
from
I'm
the
just
second attacks as well?
scrolling back there. Uh, do, do, do.
'Cause I think it was fine.
Yeah,
Um, then I did 13 damage,
yeah,
then 2 damage.
yeah.
So
So
that's 15
15.
plus 8 would be 23.
Yeah, that's all on there. It's
Okay,
as I
cool.
say, it's heavily damaged. It's bleeding, but um, it's not quite finished off yet. Although
Yeah, no worries.
it is unsure what it's going to do next. Quite obviously,
Yes.
we move back up to the top here, and I think the first thing to go is this troll.
Mm.
The troll. Uh, Sort of speaks kind of partially crammed into this corner. Uh, Master Fire Giant, I did not realize you had issues with this pack. Uh, I give you my word I will not interfere. It seems to be cowed down. Um, it understands the nature of fire giants. It understands that you are, compared to him, an apex predator. It also understands that full-blooded fire giants have the ability to do fire damage as well, and
Yeah,
it is absolutely terrified of that. Your perhaps deceptions about being not, I mean, you are a full-blooded fire giant, but you haven't embraced all of their powers and abilities at the moment. But it is unsure that you can't do that. So
yeah,
it it is subservient to you at the moment, and it's not going to do anything other than speak to you and say, "Do whatever you want. I want no part of this. I'm not going
yeah.
to oppose you in any way."
Okay, I will just snap back. What is your business here? And obviously, I'll probably have to wait till the next turn to
Yeah,
discuss.
you can perhaps interrogate it more in a moment or two.
Yep.
Uh, Sorry, you do have your legendary actions before we go to Null Warrior 7, though, should you wish to
Yeah,
take it.
sure. Yeah, so um, my legendary action after the null will literally be to try and squash this bug beneath my foot. Or,
Fantastic. You have advantage
with
on
them.
your attack because of Mutt.
Yeah. Uh, well,
Yeah, that is good. That is a hit. Okay. Um, that is bizarre. Again, it doesn't seem to have registered. Um, are you actually targeting him now?
Yeah. I just untargeted and retargeted just to make sure.
Okay, well, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. 7 points of damage is easily enough to uh, finish this Null warrior off as it collapses to the ground, mashed underneath your flail. With that, unless you want to keep combat going, we can come out of initiative now.
Well, I have 10 minutes in my large fort, so I'm going to be watching the clock.
Yeah, I mean, uh, realistically, you've probably got 9.5 minutes left still.
Yeah.
Combat takes in D&D a lot more time than the rounds are
Yeah. Sorry,
represented
that
by.
was total time rather than
Yeah,
how
yeah.
much left. So,
Um,
so I will step forward, all bright and shiny,
yeah.
on
So
my turn.
we'll come out of initiatives then if you
Okay.
are not going to do this. Uh,
Well, I might still attack it. That's why I
yeah.
was trying to say I want to keep it in order because I want to know what its business is here, and depending on
Okay.
its answer, I might just swing.
Okay. You step forward. This thing is still frightened of you, still has that condition, and
Yeah.
it can hardly look into your eyes. Uh, it says, "I am Grusk, the gut hung." He sort of slaps his big, loathsome belly. "But I am a insect in your presence, Lord."
What was your intent here?
Uh, Easy pickings. Uh, the gnolls, they they are bad, very bad. Yes, but
Yes, they are. And this is my cave, my territory now.
sorry. Yes, all yours, all yours.
Prove you are no enemy to me.
Oh no.
Kill the others now.
Uh,
And I'll sort of gesture towards the other side of the um, where I know that there's the others.
right. Interesting.
Mm. I want to see if I can scare the heck out of this thing enough that it will effectively side with me for a bit,
Mhm.
temporary ally as it may be, such that I can defeat the other side.
It sort of nods. Uh, yes. Uh, yes. Uh, me. Me help you, Lord. Me.
Yes.
Me kill.
We will
Yes.
work together. Move now.
Uh, yes. Uh, and it sort of moves around. It can't actually move
Yeah,
past.
I will step to the side, but not like after you, sir, as in I will be chest up to it, fled up as much as I can, going, go on then, time to go. This
Mm.
sort of deal.
It does begin to move off. You don't need to do an insight roll that it is terrified of you. Um, are you going to sort of follow it?
Yes, I will be like a bouncer, right
Okay,
on its heels, showing it the door, effectively.
oh, perfect. Just to remind you and
Mm.
clarify, there are a couple of cages here with some captives in.
Yeah,
Are you interacting with those at all?
not just yet, no.
Okay, are you saying anything to these quite obvious villagers that have been dragged here?
Um, I'm going to try and persuade them subtly that I am not a threat. And I'll sort of look at them and go, I'll be back for you soon. And I'll give them a very obvious wink once the troll is facing the other way and go, I give them a solid dip the head, wink. It's like thumbs up. It's all good type of deal. So I'll be back for you in a moment.
Perfect. I love it. Um, so what I kind of want from you is you can choose either persuasion or deception here. This isn't against the troll. This is
No.
just to see whether they can interpret "I'll be back for you."
I'm being very clear with the big wink, with like sort of the thumbs up, and trying to sort of tell them I'm not a threat. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, and this is why we make rolls, because in your mind you're trying to be very, very clear.
No.
But the dice, perhaps you haven't, mingled with these surface folk for very long,
Yeah.
or perhaps they've been so badly treated. You just give them
Yeah.
a large smile in your huge form. You give them a wink, and yeah, they are petrified as they think you.
Misinterpret it as a different type of wink.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, but no, I mean it's funny. It's great cinematically and story.
Yeah. I'll
They,
fix it later.
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
fix it later.
yeah. But you try and put their minds at rest, and it has the opposite. Okay, so to uh, to move things along a little bit. You make your way. I'm a shoot. Well, it's up to you. You have an agency. You're going to try and leap across this. Uh,
Yes.
this this is the
Yeah.
way that you want to go, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I figure at close to 20 foot high, I could make a path across there relatively easy
The,
with mud with me as well.
yeah, there is no problem at all for you to be able to do this as you begin to move your way around here. And I think absolutely we sort of get you all close and you look into this chamber. All of these warriors and their leader, Scrag Vile Howl. Um, were you attempting to creep up, or are you just storming forward now, taking the
I
fight?
will be matching however subtle or not Grusk is. The intent is if they are not subtle, I can't be subtle.
Oh, Grusk. I'm going to give him an intelligence check. I'm not sure why that. I'm going to re-roll that again. Oh, because he's frightened. That's why. Uh,
Oh. Yep.
yeah, because you're just terrifying him, so he's making his rolls at disadvantage. Yeah, he doesn't know what to do here, um, and he basically sort of moves in without any kind of subtlety. Um,
Yep.
and as he sort of moves in and you're following him behind, he doesn't attempt any kind of deceptions. He doesn't sort of go, uh, ah, we have a stranger here to introduce you or anything else. He just enters this chamber and then he's going to attack. It doesn't count as a surprise
No.
encounter. Um, but with the hour, what it is, Um, I think that is the perfect cliffhanging endpoint
Your thing.
to do as we begin to clear out this final chamber of what
Yep.
might well become your base of
Yep.
operations. Okay, so before we, if you don't have to dash off
Yep.
immediately, um, I kind of always like to do especially on the stream, a quick little debrief. Um, Firstly, I hope you enjoyed that scrap. Um, it's always fun, and I do find that these solo games, that there seems to be a pace to them. You know, yeah, the individual player seems to be always active. This can be a good thing or a bad thing, um, but I think it's very sort of positive here. Um, I just would like to say that we have been using Fantasy Ground Unity for our tabletop of choice, and I'm going to have to rewatch the stream to see whether it seems to have worked here on the stream. It looks very good at the moment, um, allowing people that do watch this or have been watching it to understand what is going on as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Um,
can have a look to see what we can do to maybe improve it in the future,
mhm.
and we'll go from there.
So, any thoughts about today's session? Any highlights? Anything that you really enjoyed? Uh,
I was bricking it with the troll, and then because I forget about the different weaknesses, I forgot about the troll's weakness to fire.
yeah. I just again thought it was very, very appropriate.
Yeah.
I love it when the world literally becomes alive, that it's not just a
Mm,
playing piece on a board, and it
yeah.
comes forward, and you are a fire giant, and it looks at you and
Yeah.
goes, "That's a fire giant. It might be a small fire giant, but it's a fire giant." And
Yeah.
that's why it was having an attack, but having an attack at disadvantage, because it wasn't quite,
Yeah.
is this gonna really hurt me? Um, and
Yeah.
then when
That's
you,
that's why I decided to buff it
yeah,
to
yeah.
go big and go, excuse you, what now?
Um, and there are, I mean, you know this. You've played a lot with me, but there are different ways to resolve
Yeah.
situations, and that was a brilliant way. I'm really pleased that you did. I mean, such things do need to take actions.
Yeah.
If it was, oh, I'm just going to try and intimidate this. Oh yeah, he's a bit worried now. We'll
Yeah.
move on. That wouldn't take an action, but to be frightened, and
Yeah.
to be able to follow up like that, it was a wonderful thing to do, and I very much enjoyed playing that part. How all of this goes at the moment, we will see. But you've certainly got one meaty ally on your side currently.
Yep.
Um,
For now, they'll hopefully be friendly, and we'll see where we go from here.
yeah, you got two critical hits as well, which I was
Yeah.
pleased to see. The other thing that I forgot to mention and state is, basically at the end of a combat, your fatigue, once you catch your breath, your fatigue returns. So your temporary hit points go back up to their max as well.
Awesome.
So you are reinstated to that. Um,
Ready
so
for the next one.
yeah, yeah, and this is one of the sort of benefits of, um,
Mm,
um, one of the benefits of regaining or coming out of initiative again, sort of thing,
yeah.
really. Um, so just a couple of things that I would like to sort of mention. I know we've not really had many viewers viewing this now as we were live, um, but hopefully people are viewing it sort
Yeah.
of live. We will be putting this up on YouTube as well, in a couple of days' time. I think we have to wait a couple of days before we put that up. And very much, I hope you've enjoyed it if you have been watching it. Um, we will be doing more of these same time, which is 10 o'clock every Friday morning UK time. Um, Going live on, not live on YouTube, but being published on YouTube probably on the Monday. Um, they will be actual plays. We're trying to tell a story which hopefully you feel engaged with. But on top of that, what we're also trying to do is showing you the mechanics of Dungeons and Dragons, how the game actually plays. And what I'm hoping that people who watch this do is they can take away, oh, I've learned something new today from it. Whether it's crazy home brewing for the narrative game, or whether it's the rules as written for Dungeons and Dragons. So I really appreciate this. If you have learned something, if you have enjoyed it, please give us a like, a follow, a subscribe. It all helps out. I'm not going to harp on about such things, but it really does. Um, I will be putting a description to this, including Rhino's um, Twitch stream, so you can follow them there as well. And I want to say a big thank you to you for spending two
Welcome.
hours allowing us to do all of this. I've had a
Yeah,
blast, and I can't wait to next week.
yeah. Hopefully, we can do some more of these as well for you as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
So from me, it is goodbye for now.
Yep. And for me, thank you very much, and I will catch you next week.